What's up guys, and welcome back to the last episode of this little Ford Connect micro campervan conversion. So in today's episode I'm going to be fitting a split charge relay inside the vehicle to ensure that if it's parked up, the solar panel on the top will keep the starter battery charged, and then when it's in motion the starter battery through the alternator will also charge the leisure battery while the vehicle's driving around as well. Once the split charge relay is fully fitted and I've got the cabling ran under the van and up through the flooring, I'm then going to get underneath and give the full floor pan of the vehicle a full wax oiling as well. I've been out and I've bought some Hammerite wax oil here. I've got this warming up in a tin of warm water because this stuff pretty much dries solid inside the cans. It does need warming up just to get it viscous enough to actually flow through the air compressor. I've also got my compressor out there as well, ready to actually get underneath and start spraying as well. So first things first, I'll get underneath and get all of these split charge relays all fed through and wired up. Then I'll pick it back up again when it's ready to get back underneath with the wax oil as well. So conversion wise, the van is pretty much all complete now. As you can see, I've got a rock and roll bed built, I've got a full kitchen unit with the Smev hob and sink unit, we have the Dometic fridge unit with all the electrics fitted in as well. So the last thing I've got left to do in this conversion is to fit a split charge relay, because the van was parked up for a month while I was doing the conversion work, and during that month the starter battery actually died on me. So just to stop that from happening again, and to be sure that both the starter battery and the leisure battery are always going to be fully charged up, I'm going to be fitting this split charge relay, and that means that when the van is running, the starter battery will be charging the leisure battery, and then when the van's parked up, the solar panel on the top will then trickle the charge through from the leisure battery back to the starter battery as well. So to fit these in, they're very simple and straightforward to do. If you're looking for a similar sort of kit, check the link in the description below. That'll go out to eBay, where I've already bought all of these things that you're about to see and what I'm about to fit in for the split charge relay, the 100 amp cabling, all the lugs, things like that as well. All that'll be in the description below, so have a look there if you're after one of these split charge systems yourself. So to wire them in, extremely simple and easy to do. On the back of the unit you have two terminals. One is for the starter battery, one is for the leisure battery. You have a little grounding cable there as well that just needs to either go to the negative on the starter battery or to the chassis. And a similar sort of thing on the leisure battery as well. Just make sure that that is also grounded to the chassis so it completes the circuit when it's charging through. Other than that, not really much to do. As I say, it's just a case of getting the cable and ran from the starter battery at the very front of the vehicle. Whether you run it through the internal of the vehicle or underneath, like I'm probably going to do, doesn't really matter as long as the cabling's all nice and neat and tidied away. As I say, one positive on the starter, one on the leisure battery, ground the unit itself, and that's pretty much it. So we'll crack on, we'll get some of this cabling all lugged up with the terminals on the ends as well. We'll get the cabling ran through from the starter battery that's in the front of the van just here, and then we'll get the cabling ran through to the leisure battery and get it all connected up as well. So I'm going to crack on, get some tools out, start running this cabling through, try and find the best route method to get it through to the leisure battery as well. It's probably going to run underneath the van on this particular van, just because there's not a great deal of access to get in and get it fed inside the conversion itself. So we'll crack on, get some tools out, we'll get this fitted, and we'll have a look when it's all fitted in and fully working. Right, so I've ran the main lead going from the starter battery to the back of the vehicle. It's connected onto the battery here, and it runs to the back of the bulkhead, down into that corner, then it runs all the way along under the bottom of the sill, and then it pops up through the flooring, just there where that red cable's popping out there. So that's the best way I could get the cable down and through without running it through the interior, because there's just no way of getting it through the interior. Now all the conversion's pretty much complete. But now that that cable's now going from the starter battery down to where the leisure battery is, I've just got to put a crimp on the end, and I'll be locating the split charge relay just around about here on the frame. And then there'll also be the drop going down through for the negative that's going to be connected onto the chassis as well. So I've got to get a lug onto that cable, then we'll get that connected onto the split charge. We'll get the negatives down, and that'll be it pretty much done. So it's coming along nicely. Let's get the rest of it all connected up. Right, so I've cracked on with the split charge wiring, and it's pretty much all done now actually. As you can see, I've got the cable coming up through the chassis there. That's from the starter battery that goes into the split charge relay on the main battery input, and then you've got the secondary battery input that comes out of there straight to the positive of the leisure battery. We also have a negative from the leisure battery going down under the van, and that's secured to the chassis, as well as the little grounding cable that comes on the split charge relay. And that's the wiring for the split charge relay, all fully done. As I say, they're really simple and easy to install these things. One cable from the starter battery, one cable going to the leisure battery, and obviously the leisure battery needs grounding off to the chassis, the same as the starter battery as well. So other than that, that's the split charge relay all fully in and wired in now. If you're after one of these split charge relays, have a look in the description beneath the video. I'll have a link going to eBay where I've bought this split charge relay kit with all the crimp, terminals, things like that as well. So now that's in, wired, and making sure that both the leisure battery and the starter battery are always going to be fully charged, I'm now going to crack on underneath and get all of the chassis fully wax oiled, just to make sure that the van's got plenty of protection for years to come. And then that'll be pretty much all the jobs done in this little Ford Connect micro camper van. So we'll crack on and we'll get all the wax oiling done. Right, so now the split charge relay is all fully fitted, tested and working. I'm now going to get underneath the vehicle and give the entire floor plan a full wax oil as well, just to make sure that it's as protected as it can be for many more years to come as well. I say the bodywork's already pretty good on this vehicle. It's already had a full respray, the sills have already been replaced previously as well. So while I'm at it, and it's already raised up a little bit from fitting the split charge relay, as I might as well get underneath it and give it a good coating of wax oil as well. And then that will have the full conversion fully completed and hopefully protected for many more years to come as well. So as I mentioned earlier, I've got this wax oil in a can of warm water. This has just been warming the wax oil up because this stuff pretty much dries solid when it's inside the cans. So just leave it in a tub of warm water for 10 minutes or more, and that'll get it nice and viscous enough to actually flow through the air compressor. So as I say, now it's time to get this all applied. I'm going to get this can screwed onto one of the Shutz guns that I've got here. It's the same gun that I used for all of the Raptor respraying as well. The cheap guns as well, so I don't mind using it for both Raptor and wax oil. And then when I get that screwed into the can, as I say, we'll get underneath the vehicle and give as much of the floor plan a full wax oiling as possible. Now there are a few heat shields in place underneath there that I'm not going to start taking off. I'm just going to be protecting everywhere that's fully visible and easily accessible. So let's get cracked on and get the rest of the vehicle fully protected and see what it looks like when it's all done. Right, so there we go guys, that's pretty much the full conversion now complete on this Ford Connect micro campervan. I finished off the split charge relay, and then I've been underneath and fully protected all of the underside of the van with the spray on wax oil as well. And that's had really thick generous coatings underneath as well, with all the sills obviously done as well. So as I say, that is the full conversion, pretty much all complete now. I don't have any other jobs left to do. So now I'm going to be going away, giving this little van a little run out, see what I think. If it's going to be big enough for me, I might keep it for a while. If it's going to be a little bit too small, I might put it up for sale, I'm not sure yet. But conversion wise and job wise, video wise, that's going to be pretty much it for this Ford Connect now. So as I say, the full van is all finished off, and as you can see inside, it's got pretty much everything you would expect in a bigger camper van conversion, but squeezed into a smaller van. So you've got your normal standard Dometic hob and sink unit, you've got a Dometic fridge, full timber unit, rock and roll bed, everything you would expect in something like a VW transporter size van, but it's all been shrunk down to fit into this little Ford Connect as well. So let me know what you think. I might do one more roundup video, just doing a quick time lapse of the entire build. But as I say, job wise, that's going to be pretty much it for this little Ford Connect. So let me know what you think of the conversion down in the comments below. If you haven't seen any of the previous episodes of this conversion as well, they're all on my channel, job by job, so feel free to go back and have a look through the entire conversion process as well. And as I say, that's going to be pretty much it for this van. So if you haven't already, consider giving the video a good old thumbs up, hit the subscribe button for future projects that's going to be coming to the channel as well. And hopefully we'll see you when there's future projects ready to be converted into some camper vans. Thanks for watching. Cheers.